How do you make money on the side? How do you make that extra bit of money to help with the bills? Be it online, helping friends/family or selling things. Edit. Wow, thank you ever so much for the gold and also for all the replies. It's going to take me a while to read through them all. I sell plasma. I have a divot in my arm from college. I love it when people check out the track marks. I work as an audio to text transcriber on the weekend. It's self-employed and I work from home. I don't earn huge amounts and it's pretty tedious not ever having a day off, but it can add up to £80 a week or so, which really helps. Kids, don't run up those student overdrafts. How much time do you spend doing this? Usually somewhere between 4 and 8 hours on a Saturday and around 6 on a Sunday. The pay you get depends on the type of file, number of speakers, etc. I average £10 on Saturday, £60 for a 90-minute file. There was no work on Sunday, but you see how it can add up when it's a busier time of year. They're very strict on formatting, grammar, spelling and deadlines though. I make films for children's parties. I get given a particular theme, Star Wars was the last one, and rich parents who just want to distract their children for an afternoon pay me to make a film with their kid and said kid's friends. The kids love it. The parents can relax whilst I do all the work with another person and they get a cool little 7 to 10 minute film at the end of it all, making them look like a GD Knight or a mini James Bond. I had a friend who used to sell Alaskan land over the internet for $25 an acre. He made around $800, which is pretty impressive I think. People would tell him what kind of area they wanted, then he would find a place and send them coordinates and a certificate of land. I'm also fairly positive this was a scam, because I don't know how it couldn't be. Edit. Skipped a few words in the second paragraph. Certificate of land seems legit. I'm a party princess. I dress up as Disney princesses with minor alterations and such to avoid getting a cease and desist letter from Disney and entertain kids at parties. You kind of have to be at least a little good with kids and have activities planned and know your character inside and out. But yeah, I'm basically a group of children's new god for an hour or two and I make $50-70 an hour. It's pretty cool. I also go to yard sales, buy stuff that will sell, shoes, accessories, antiques, and sell it on eBay. That brings in anywhere from $100-600 a week. Edit. So I guess this is my Reddit claim to 15 minutes fame so far. Where I admit I play dress up and get paid for it. At first I thought party princess was like a code word for I sell drugs at parties or I'm a prostitute, but I kept reading and no, you're like a literal party princess. Plowing driveways. I live in a town half full of rich yuppies, the other half's country folk who wisely invested in some sort of plowing device, whether it be a 4-wheeler or a tractor in the middle of nowhere basically. They all have these huge ass houses with long ass driveways, but no means to plow them. $10 a drive and I feel like I'm ripping them off, since I also ask for free reign to sled all over their property. Takes me maybe 10 minutes. Good lord folks, I'm not a goddamn idiot. I approach them with the price and the promise I won't get the cops called on me for trespassing, so I can snow my by law all over the place. I also like helping my neighbors and community and they are in turn helpful and appreciative of me. I'm not being taken advantage of. A trespass and fines like $250 and I negate that with 10 minutes of my time for which I get paid $10. $10. They charge around $50 to $80 for a driveway around here. Where do you live? And will you please come to Boston this week when we get 2 feet of snow? I became an elected government official. Basically a member of a town council of a teeny tiny town. Didn't even have to run for office because there weren't enough people to fill the required council seats. I get about $5-6K per year for about 4 hours a week, every other week, all from about 6:00p, 8:00p during a couple of weekdays, about 2 hours a week average. Requirements: have to live in the town. Have to make it to meetings. As a side note, I could never get elected in a real election. My political and religious affiliations do not match the prevalent leanings and beliefs of the town at all. But when I'm the only one raising my hand to participate, no problem. I build custom computers for a $50 flat fee after the price of the parts. Fact. How do I advertise? I don't really. How much cheaper is it? About 25%. If you have any direct questions for me, please ask them in a private message. I'm playing drums at a local club on Friday and Saturday nights. I have a few apps on the Google Play Store which gives me around €70 every 6 months or so. It is not much, but I don't have to do anything about it. I take Tinder profile photos for guys who don't like to smile in New York City, $60 for 1 hour, and I email them the results later that day, usually 8 to 12 polished photos. I sell plants. We'd like to know what kind of plants you sell, buddy. At my high school I buy a 12-pack of Coke from the store every morning for like $4. Then I sell them for $1 a piece at lunch. I make a decent profit at the end of each week. I write top 10 lists for a site called listverse.com. They pay $100 a list and haven't rejected a single list I've sent so far. I used to write for the comedy site cracked.com, but Listverse pays better and all readers do on Cracked is bitch about every little thing in an article. You know those keep calm and posters that Reddit hates? Yeah, I make /design and sell those. My last 2 vacations were funded by these. Etsy is fantastic. It's amazing what people will pay for something on Etsy. At one time my girlfriend was buying all sorts of stuff that goes in first aid kits in bulk, splitting it up into individual handmade first aid kits, and selling them. She would spend around $250 on supplies, make something like 25 first aid kits, and sell them for $50 a piece. People love anything that's handmade, I guess. I don't even earn money on the main. I own an online store. I'm currently losing $30 per month. Nice try, IRS. Target locked. Since this will, hopefully, get buried. I write furry themed smut on a site called Inkbunny. I charge $8 per 1,000 words and, for an example, just received a commission for a 2-part, 20,000 word story. I'll let you do that math yourself. Edit, FFS, you guys. Edit 2, I'm a paid first mid author so $160 for 20,000 words. That's $0.08 per word. AKA, not very good for creative work. You'd be better off publishing for Kindle. If you liked this video, don't forget to smash the like button. For more hits and giggles, subscribe.